In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now Minshew. Vacates quickly left side. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. He mixed it in for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-zip. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Here's a return from the 7. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. Play fake, Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Lamar off the play fake. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. They send a tight end in motion. Up the middle they go with Madison. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. Second down. Minshew. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So they're left facing third and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Third and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of one. 7-6 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. They give it to Madison. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And in for the touchdown. Carlson now to add one more. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. Trying to reverse it on the kick return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So it's 2nd down coming up. Lamar now from the gun. And the Raiders get there and take him down. Working quickly here. Jackson now, 3rd and long. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Slot man motioned over. 4th down, here's Jackson. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
I'm not sure it matters whether you think you've got the perfect play call in that situation. Hey, listen, going for it anywhere inside your own 20, the risk, it outweighs the reward 5-fold, maybe 10-fold.
Minshew on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All I'm hearing in my head is touchdown and check down, because it was said about a gazillion times in the NFL to me when you get in the red zone. It's not sack. Touchdown to check down. You can't take a sack on 1st down in the red zone.
To the ground with Madison. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders looking for a bigger lead before the break. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Fakes the handoff, now Minshew. Bails out of the pocket quick. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Well, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter 1st down. Now Jackson off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking right, and he finds him. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds back at the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively. Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time to secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Play action now with Jackson. Connects with Bateman. Don't think he's going to get much, if any, as he heads out of bounds right near the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. A tight end in motion now. Jackson's going to go on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. and now puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, Minshew. Rolling left, buying some time. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Pick up a 5 on that play, and that's a Vegas first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
He's got it at the 5. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They go with Madison here. Scores! Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Carlson to tack on the extra point. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Raiders take a 16-point lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he needed a lot more power there. It came down a ways away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. Back to throw it. Escapes the pocket. Now he'll try a deep shot to the other side of the field. Wow, all the way across the field, and it's intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. And the Raiders are stopped on that return, so that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Another run for Henry. Pickup of 2 here. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. From the gun, Jackson. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Play action. Here's Jackson. Buying some time left. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
You know, that's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
On fourth down, snap to Jackson. Throw is caught by the back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. And they